If I were to tell you now that an object from another star system is traversing our solar system, defying the laws of physics, this is not science fiction. In fact, certain studies indicate our solar system is being visited by an interstellar object. Such events occur 7 times a year, but this time is different. It is compelling NASA scientists to engage in a debate that may rewrite our perceived understanding of the universe. This mysterious celestial body has been designated 3I Artless. Reports indicate its exhibited characteristics are fundamentally impossible in the realm of physics. Such extraordinary behavior led researchers, upon receiving the initial data, to initially suspect instrument malfunction. Yet all checks confirmed the equipment was operating with absolute precision. The signals they detected suggest we may be witnessing an event far more profound than a comet from interstellar space. Allow me to be blunt. As a scholar with 50 years in theoretical physics, I have witnessed scientific institutions repeatedly shelve extraordinary discoveries simply because they defied established theoretical models. But with 3I Artless, we have no choice. Anomalies are accumulating at astonishing speed and with astonishing consistency. Even the most orthodox astronomers now pause re-examining what were once considered the most unsettling fantasies of science fiction. Official channels reveal far less than they know. To understand all this, we must return to the beginning of the story. September 2024, Hawaiian astronomers, using the Atlas Observation Array, discovered an anomalous celestial body plunging from interstellar space into our solar system. At first, it appeared to be just another cosmic wanderer, perhaps a relative of the enigmatic 2017 Oumuamua, that baffling elongated object, or more akin to the conventional interstellar comet Borisov we had observed. In 2019, it was catalogued as Oumuamua and formally became the third confirmed interstellar visitor to our cosmic home. Yet within mere weeks it became evident this visitor was different, fundamentally different. First, the most fundamental difference stemmed from the most basic gravitational analysis. In October 2024, the 3-eyed Atlas probe approached to 18 million miles. The entire spacecraft fleet stood ready. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, ESA's Mars Express, and Trace Gas Orbiter, along with China's Tianwen-1 mission, all gained clear line of sight. Their mission: to measure orbital deflection under gravitational influence. This fundamental calculation could have been performed by Isaac Newton himself 3 centuries prior. Yet reality began to warp here. Gravitational effects show significant deviation from predicted values. Based on the observed object's dimensions, its diameter is estimated between 3 and 29 miles depending on surface and composition assumptions. Its mass should be approximately 33 billion tons. Imagine the combined mass of 5,000 Great Pyramids of Giza condensed into a single object. Such an immense mass, near Mars' orbit, should cause dramatic gravitational disturbances affecting Mars' moons and even human spacecraft to undergo measurable orbital shifts. Yet the gravitational influence it exerts is virtually non-existent, undetectable in any practical sense. Pause here and contemplate what this implies. This is no mere computational error. The complete absence of gravity directly challenges Einstein's general theory of relativity, which asserts that mass inevitably warps space-time, yet its gravitational pull remains undetectable. Mass is virtually non-existent, yet our eyes, our telescopes, clearly observe a colossal celestial body. This paradox is not merely mysterious, it is a fundamental contradiction, compelling us to question: is what we see a tangible entity, or a projection of light and shadow, or is it composed of some fundamentally non-existent substance? According to the gravitational laws we have established 4 trained astrophysicists. This is undeniably a paradox. Its incongruity is akin to witnessing a steel cannon and a child's balloon exerting identical gravitational force. It shatters the very foundation of our cognitive framework, the cornerstone of our understanding between mass and gravity, leaving us confronted with 2 stark scenarios, both irreconcilable within the current theoretical framework of cosmology and chemistry. Possibility 1. 3. The star map of the eye is composed of some exotic substance whose density lower than any known natural substance, lighter than man-made aerogels, effectively rendering the entire periodic table obsolete. Or the second, more unsettling possibility that the density of matter within this object is significantly reduced compared to its exterior, repeatedly validating the interpretation of physical laws more persistently than any other theory that its interior is hollow. Let me clarify, natural comets do not possess hollow structures. Understanding the cause is crucial. This contradicts fundamental understanding. Comets are born through accretion billions of years ago in the frigid outer reaches of distant galaxies. Dust and ice particles slowly coalesce. Gravity binds them together. This process inherently forms dense solids. Imagine packing snow into a ball beginning with loose flakes. Yet the tighter the packing, the more solid and uniform the sphere becomes. Objects formed by natural gravitational forces do not develop hollow structures. This results in remarkably uniform overall density. If you were to dissect a natural comet, you would find that from core to shell, from core to crust, yet the three-eyed atlas appears to defy fundamental cosmic formation laws. Here, mysterious factors become unavoidable. If nature does not create hollow objects, then who is responsible? This suggests artificial traces, a deliberately hollow structure, revealing engineering design, revealing some purpose, perhaps a transport vessel or navigational beacon. The educational significance here lies in recognizing the limitations of our assumptions. We habitually assume all interstellar bodies are natural comets or asteroids, simply because this fits known paradigms, but Atlas forces us to create a new category: unresolved interstellar objects. Natural origin is no longer the default assumption. Harvard astrophysicist Avilov has thoroughly analyzed the rotational dynamics of this object, how it tumbles along its axis through the vast cosmos. For a solid object of its visible size, the observed rotation speed is too slow. Yet, calculated from measured mass, the rotation is too stable. The only way to reconcile these contradictory observations is through collaborative mathematical model adjustments. Removing substantial mass internally, forming an internal cavity, a hollow structure. But this is merely the beginning of the impossible. A second anomaly points to a more unsettling truth. The three-eyed star chart is gradually decelerating. Allow me to elaborate on the cause. This phenomenon directly contradicts fundamental physical laws. When natural comets approach the sun, their behavioral patterns are predictable. Solar radiation strikes the surface, causing frozen gases and ice layers to directly sublimate into space. Additionally, outflows form jets like miniature rocket thrusters, continuously propelling the comet away from the sun, accelerating its orbital motion. This is a fundamental principle of Newtonian mechanics observed in countless comets over centuries. Oumuamua's behavior is truly anomalous. It accelerates away from the sun without any gas-driven thrust. This phenomenon remains a major enigma, sparking years of intense debate. The key lies in its outward acceleration trajectory. It moves along a specific direction. It was previously thought that solar radiation pressure would produce the exact opposite effect. Between September 2024 and September 2025, velocity data from the James Webb Space Telescope, ground-based radar readings, and Doppler shift analysis from Mars orbiters all point to the same astonishing conclusion. The celestial body's speed relative to the Sun changed from 424 miles per second to 422 miles per second. A 0.02 mile per second variation may seem insignificant, but in celestial mechanics it represents a massive anomaly. What we observed was not a natural velocity fluctuation or random measurement error caused by instrument inaccuracy, but a distinct, directional, and sustained deceleration, a phenomenon verified by multiple independent observation platforms. No known natural mechanism can apply braking force to an object traversing the interstellar vacuum at such velocity. Solar radiation pushes objects away from the sun but cannot slow them down. Jet streams accelerate comets but never act as brakes. Solar gravity only pulls objects inward, causing acceleration, not deceleration. So what exactly is causing this phenomenon? Let us examine the possibilities one by one. Each hypothesis grows deeper than the first hypothesis. Solar sail, but it must operate in reverse thrust mode rather than utilizing solar photon pressure away from the sun. Imagine a vast, highly reflective surface angled perfectly to deflect the light stream like a cosmic parachute. This demands astonishing precision to maintain a stable orientation and keep the precise angle under sunlight. The following spectral readings are astonishing and confirm that the three-eyed atlas possesses an exceptionally reflective surface with a mirror-like sheen far surpassing its dark side, a characteristic typical of cometary dust nuclei. The crux of this theory lies in natural objects being inherently unstable. They tumble and roll. Such chaotic rotation inevitably fails to sustain continuous orientation. Yet this very property is essential for such maneuvers. However, three-eyed atlas, as observers describe, rotates with clockwork precision, maintaining improbable stability. For a natural celestial body billions of years old, this clockwork precision reveals another layer of mystery suggesting unnatural traces. Consider an object that may have drifted through interstellar space for millions of years, enduring micrometeoroid impacts and being pulled by varying gravitational fields, yet maintaining perfectly stable rotation, like discovering an upright spinning gyroscope in the midst of a hurricane. This implies an active system we call attitude control. On our own spacecraft, this isn't mere rotation, but active spin control. A second theory points to some active propulsion mechanism. We cannot observe it. It could be an electromagnetic drive system generating thrust without visible exhaust, or ion propulsion technology so advanced its emissions fall below detection thresholds. Our instruments recorded a peculiar green halo around the nucleus. Multiple observers confirmed this might even be a clue, perhaps a byproduct of ionized plasma manipulation belonging to a propulsion system we do not yet understand, but this explanation faces an insurmountable obstacle. Any propulsion system powerful enough to alter the velocity of such a massive object would require immense energy and could operate continuously for millennia in the frigid interstellar void. What natural energy source could achieve such a feat? A third possibility suggests an even more extraordinary phenomenon. If the 3i Atlas spacecraft deliberately employed gravitational encounters as orbital correction tools, its October flyby of Mars would have produced measurable velocity changes. Looking ahead, its trajectory has been planned to make extremely close approaches to multiple celestial bodies within the solar system. Early 2025 will see a Venus flyby, followed by a close encounter with Jupiter in March. Statistical analysis of these trajectories in 2026 reveals such precise timing coordination is nearly impossible to achieve. The probability of this sequence of flybys forming purely by random chance is calculated to be less than 1 in 50,000. This equates to flipping a coin and landing heads 15 times consecutively. Though mathematically possible, the probability is so low it defies belief and may even raise suspicions of deliberate intervention. These three theoretical trajectories ultimately converge upon the same unsettling destination. This is no drifting cosmic rock adrift aimlessly through the solar system. If 3i Atlas actively applies braking maneuvers, it indicates execution of a meticulously designed controlled maneuver, its behavior starkly diverging from that of a transient visitor. It is systematically reducing velocity as if intending to linger, extending its duration within the solar system. We can only speculate. We can only begin to speculate. This leads us to the most shocking aspect of the entire puzzle, the institutional wall of silence. Tracking the celestial body closest to Mars, October 2024, this time the anticipated comprehensive data release for the mission never materialized. NASA cited the government shutdown as the reason, which began precisely 2 days before the flyby. Bureaucratic maneuvering. at this pivotal moment of this historic event, effectively suppressed public information flow. The European Space Agency stated its data remained under processing. China's National Space Administration, which typically releases images, offered no official response for days. Regarding the Jian-1 probe's observational data, this pattern is not unprecedented. During the 2017 Oumuamua flyby, certain critical radar measurement data and spectral analysis results remained unreleased for months. In 2019, during the visit of the Borisov asteroid, we witnessed similar delays. Now the three-eyed probe has finally emerged. History seems to be repeating itself. This unsettling regularity in an era of instant global information exchange has made silence itself a form of communication. It conveys messages through its conspicuous absence. But this thought truly keeps me awake at night. In October 2024, the three-eyed probe reached perihelion. Its closest distance to the Sun was approximately 136 astronomical units. This placed it just inside Mars's orbit. There, it endured the most intense solar heating and radiation of its entire journey. Crucially, this event occurred while the object was positioned on the Sun's far side. From Earth's vantage point, we were completely blind. When the most powerful telescopes face solar flares head-on, they fail, triggering weeks-long observation blackouts. And it was precisely during this blind period that some event may have occurred, completely obscuring our view. Natural comets at perihelion typically face two fates: either catastrophic disintegration from deep cracks caused by thermal stress, or catastrophic disintegration from deep cracks triggered by thermal stress. Or they grow magnificent, massive tails as volatile materials violently evaporate into space. Yet when Comet 3-eyed emerged from behind the Sun in late November 2024, it showed no change whatsoever. It remained intact, with no traces of debris or signs of structural collapse. For a celestial body supposedly composed of loose ice and dust, such resilience is exceptionally rare. Comets are inherently fragile cosmic snowballs easily shattered by thermal stress. When the hollow comet traversed the solar system at over 124 or 1,240 miles per hour, it should have been torn apart simply by structural instability, especially when exposed to the Sun's fiery furnace. At perihelion, Harvard University, Avalo proposes a more disruptive hypothesis. In a recent paper, he speculates that 3H Bolin comet may be a transport vessel whose hollow interior is escorting smaller celestial bodies. He likens it to a dandelion scattering seeds in the wind. This mothership may be specifically designed to release probes at optimal moments while traversing the solar system. And Berilgun vanishing from our view was precisely the ideal moment to release them. Imagine if, during an observational gap, small impactors or secondary bodies were released. They might now be silently traversing the entire solar system. Their trajectories we cannot predict, their intentions we cannot know. The Galileo project, led by Professor Loeb, is specifically scanning the skies for any newly emerging anomalies. Should an unknown object suddenly manifest, or when our sensor networks begin detecting events beyond conventional explanation and their timing coincides precisely with perihelion, 3i Atlas cannot be ignored. Then what is our current situation? We are confronting an object originating beyond our solar system that actively defies the laws of physics. Its supposedly solid components reveal hollow structures. It decelerates when it should accelerate. Its trajectory appears intelligently guided rather than randomly drifting. Its resilience signals sophisticated engineering rather than fragile fragility. Yet those institutions tasked with monitoring the heavens have inexplicably fallen silent at the very moment transparency is most needed. As a physicist, I do not view this as a crisis demanding fear or denial. I see it as an invitation to fundamentally reconstruct our understanding of the cosmos. Every anomaly is a message, encrypted within cryptic revelations. Each deviation from expectation is a question yet to be asked. The star chart of the eye will continue its voyage through the solar system until 2025 and beyond. It has traversed the inner regions. December 2024, 167 million miles from Earth. March 2026. It will make a close encounter with Jupiter. This will present yet another opportunity for gravitational interaction and a potential chance for orbital correction. The European Space Agency's Juju mission will witness this event there. We stand at the threshold of real-time verification that may overturn the existence of something truly extraordinary. Unlike Oumuamua, which vanished before we could study it, Atlas III has granted us months, perhaps years, to gather data and truly comprehend what we are witnessing. Whether this visitor is ultimately confirmed as a natural phenomenon or something far more significant, it has already achieved the extraordinary shaking humanity's collective consciousness, forcing us to confront possibilities. We are forever confined within fictional boundaries. The cosmos never accommodates our expectations, nor wills itself to be stuffed into frameworks constructed by existing knowledge. Occasionally, it dispatches mysterious emissaries to traverse the cosmic backyard, reminding us the greatest discoveries never come with simple answers. They arrive bearing deeper questions. These questions propel human consciousness forward into realms we never dreamed of exploring. Perhaps this is the true essence of the three-eyed Atlas. Not an ending, but a beginning, the prologue to a dialogue. A conversation grander than we could ever imagine. The story is not written in human language, but in silence, celestial grace, across the infinite stage of time and space. So what is our ultimate revelation on Earth? To relentlessly question the story of the three-eyed star chart reveals the greatest obstacle to exploration. The vast cosmos itself is the cage we built for ourselves, reminding you to stay curious, challenge the official narrative, and accept this truth. We may only be beginning to understand our true place in the universe. The entire puzzle remains unsolved. We will piece it together bit by bit. What do you believe the Tri-Eye Atlas is? A natural anomaly rewriting physics? Or the first irrefutable proof we are not alone? Share your theories in the comments section. To stay updated on this event and other mysteries the cosmos presents, be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. The next developments are not to be missed.